Okay, so we was talking about Atum Ra. We was talking about who is the son of Ta, Atum is. And then we were talking about Ta making the child out of clay on the potter's wheel and making the child's life force at the same time, which is our electromagnetic energy that flows through our body. Then we also came up with the fact that we are influenced by the solar system. And by the way, the potter's wheel represents the solar system. So the ancients truly believed that the solar system plays a role in making us humans what we are and who we are. We are a part of it. We are a part of the universe. That's all to it. We are not separate, you know. But anyway, since these influences impact us, probably while we're in utero, and especially when we're born, they put emphasis on the time, the moment that we're born, or when we take our first breath of air. And I would say breath of air through the nose. Because when it goes up through the nose, it goes to up to the brain, an area of the brain, and then the breath, then it descends right on down. The breath, our first breath, or all of our breaths, are influenced by or have contact with the brain when we breathe through the nose immediately. So anyway, when we take these breaths, there is influences. We're just not just breathing what we call air. You know, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, well, you know what I mean? We are breathing in celestial, what they call cosmic energy, celestial influences. So when a child's born, he is affected. And this effect actually lasts him through his life. It sort of colors, not complexion, black or white, but it sort of colors the life force. With the effects of the solar system, what people refer to as cosmic energy and so forth. That is a type of order. The birth of order. Cause, order, make or mess, birth. The production of order. The solar system has its order. It's ordered. So if it influences us, then we have a type of order going on within us too. We need to maintain it in life because we get confused. We have a cerebral cortex that causes us problems because we don't know how to control it. And it is influenced by things going on within our body. It is influenced, our cerebral cortex is influenced also by activity in the solar system. As things go around. And also by the seasons of the year. Which is a result of the Earth's movement around the sun as it declines. They call it declination. As it goes around, rocks as it goes around the sun. It's once a year. But it gives us the seasons. Now you can call it 2 seasons, winter and summer, or you can call it 3 seasons, or you can call it 4 seasons. It's all right. You notice the changes that people go through. You know, we hear people talk about the winter blues. This is what we're talking about. When springtime comes around, people experience a lift, a boost. Oh, man, they feel good, feel like doing something, feel like getting involved. I do every year. I'm sure other people do too. So we are influenced, by this cosmic energy. Some people say, well, what about food? Don't it influence it? Yes, true. That's true because the food is influenced by, it also is colored by activity or cosmic activity. Solar system activity. Or any other influences that come to the body. What the human needs to do is to learn how to control these. That's a lot coming to us. One of the reasons why I have so many thoughts going through our head, because the brain is in action. It's activity. And we have all these thoughts coming in our head. This is activity, and we're not in control of it. So many different things going on, so many different thoughts coming up. And memory plays a large role because the thoughts that continue to come up are basically repetitive. Even though we may get involved in different things. You know what I mean? But when we deal with them, we resort to memory and comparison. We compare, oh yes, I remember doing that before. I remember this. A new event, we figure it's a new event, but it's not really a new event. Maybe new to us. But there are underlying principles too with every event and within us. So when we deal with a new event, we're going into memory. Oh yeah, I remember something. I can handle this. I remember I did this, something like this before. That's memory, And we have these thoughts. Memory keeps producing all these past thoughts in us. And we go over them, over and over again. We're motivated to do that. Circular. This repetition is circular. So is the solar system. So is the motion of our planet. It goes around the sun. The moon's going round, coming by all the time, or every night, or every day and night. And we're all influenced by these. We are influenced by these activities. Yeah, and this is so many, we have so many thoughts coming through our heads. We want to slow these thoughts down, or at least for a time. Eliminate them, for a while. Maybe an hour, a day, something like that would be nice. Meditation, breathing exercises too will help stop the thinking process. You'll still have the imagination. You just won't be thinking. You can stop the thinking. Give the brain a rest, a break. It seems like it can't do it on its own. Well, we can do it for it. Do certain exercises. Okay. So now we see that we are influenced by, we just call it cosmic energy. Everything that's coming to Earth. When cosmic energy comes to Earth, whether it's what you call a meteor falls on the Earth, or whatever comes to Earth, falls under the influence of Earth itself. That is, it becomes Earth. And it obeys the laws of Earth. So cosmic energy come to Earth, whatever form it comes, obeys the laws of Earth. The laws of nature. Okay. So now, when this energy comes to us and impacts our bodies, it should fall under our law, the law of our body. We have to learn how to control these forces once they enter our body. It's our responsibility if we want to know what's going on. We want to know why we think sometimes of the things we think, why we decide to do this, why we decide to do that. Humans don't know, the bottom line when it comes to why they make certain decisions. They don't know because they don't understand these influences, the cosmic influences, and how these influences affect the body, how they affect our nervous system, how they affect the electromagnetic energy that flows through our bodies. People make efforts to control this. When people say that they want to experience eternal bliss, or be happy all the time, then they want to control these forces that will take us back and forth from happiness to sadness. And that's what's happening to us, to people who is not aware of this. Happiness is the brother or sister of sadness. They function on the same continuum. Happiness, sadness, just like a pendulum. Happiness, sadness. Happiness, sadness. The person who thinks happiness, they just say, I want to be happy all the time. He is also asking for sadness because one follows the other. Matter of fact, you don't have one without the other. If everybody was in a state of mind that we call happiness, then there would be no happiness or sadness. You wouldn't recognize happiness as we do it today because it's periodic. It comes and goes. So when it comes, we recognize it. Oh, yeah, I feel good. I'm happy. Suppose you felt tremendously good all the time. Everybody. Tremendously good all the time. You wouldn't be able to distinguish how each person was feeling. You wouldn't be able to make distinctions in your own feeling because there would be nothing to there would be no differences. We'd all be the same. It's like if everybody was 5 foot tall. There would be no short people or tall people. Everybody's 5 feet tall. Even though we might say today that, 5 feet's kind of short. You wouldn't then if everybody on the planet was 5 feet tall, then people would be neither short nor tall. They'd just be 5 feet tall. That's it. And future generations would make the distinction. And we would stop making it soon enough if everybody somehow became the same size. There would be no short, there'd be no tall. So now we have to make distinctions relative to the changes that take place within our own body. We got to recognize, we got to see, hey, such a thing has changed. I feel different about this, so on. We have to become master of this, and the only way we're going to do that is to recognize that, hey, there are differences. We got to control those differences. And then thereby control ourselves. And this control, once we control the self, then this requires self-knowledge. Know thyself. You're not going to control something if you really don't understand it. You're not going to control what goes on in our bodies without understanding how to do it. And with some people, it's a lifetime thing, but others, it's not. Some people seem to have been born, with a balance, born with, let's say, they come with the attitude that they are really not interested in happiness, sadness. That is, they keep their desires way down, leveled off. So they're not in pursuit of this, that. These are people who, for example, everybody goes to school, right? Most of us. And the child does well in school. and the teacher said, praise him, oh, you did so well. He's a child who, all that praise won't mean anything to him because it was not his ambition to receive praise. Oh, you're doing so well. Hey, he don't care nothing about that. He's not looking for the superficiality that comes with that. He's simply a person who is on a level. He doesn't have the extreme emotional ups and downs that a lot of us have. Like, a kid see something going on, like a parade or something. Oh, they get very, very, very excited. No, they're going to go see the parade and they're happy and all this stuff. Yeah. They are children or people, some, not that many maybe, who these things do not bother them at all. Hey, the parents might say, well, something's wrong with him. He's not happy, this or that. He's a child who's not going to ask for a lot in life, like Christmas or whatever holiday when they give gifts. Don't matter that much to him. Maybe not matter at all. So this is a child who will maintain, or a person who will maintain a great deal of balance in his life. And because of this, he's not going to have a whole lot of different thoughts running through his head, like most people do. And he might be a quiet guy. He might not have that much to say. Talk about what? But he is a person who's in touch with his underlying self, not the personality, the other self. The personality is something that we acquire on earth through our interaction with people and so forth and so on. We acquire likes and dislikes and hates and loves, love and hate, and all the stuff that we have that amounts to our personality. Yeah, that's our personality. All the stuff that Mom and Pop told us. All the things we picked up from friends, things we pick up from celebrities and all that stuff. Yeah. We build a personality. That's the one we need to get rid of. To get back to that life force within us. So when Ta built the little child out of clay and then put the life force in this child, he didn't say he built a child of personality. He just said he put the rudiments of whatever, the electrical magnetic energy in us. He put that in us so that we could function, so that that piece of clay could function. He put life in the clay. Just like Jehovah put made Adam out of dust or dirt from the earth, and then he blew the spirit or something through it. Now, this is the same thing. In other words, God's saying you put the life force in him, so that the man could have locomotion. He could move about and do things. Okay. The first one might not have had that, though. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Because there were two Adams. Well, okay, anyway, Ta, yeah, he had locomotion. But Ta built the child, but it didn't say that he put a personality in the child. The personality, like I said, is something else, something that came later, something that we acquired in life through our interactions with people and things. So now we acquire this personality really without guidance, without the proper guidance. We have all sorts of things come in and become part of our personality. But we do have a life force, and we should understand it, and we should understand how it is impacted by cosmic energy or whatever form it comes to us in. And we should understand this, and we should control these forces of energy within our bodies. And we should stay on a direct path of consciousness. Think directly instead of always going back to memory. Then we got to control the memory. Always going back to memory. Picking up things and then going over and repeat them. We're repeating the past. This is not going forward. The past is occupying our consciousness. We're not going forward. We'll be going into our memory, which has to do with our past. Now, in this life, okay, if you want to get back to the true past, to our ancient ancestors, you have to still the cerebral cortex. You have to get rid of the personality. You have to transform. To transform to the car. Recognize the car, work with the car. Become the main car yourself. Some say we have 7. Well, it depends on the spiritual approach to which you use in order to accomplish your spiritual goals. There are different methods and strategies, and they have different cults. They have different religions, you see, by which our people, if they really get into it, they really get into their religion. They see what their religion or the ancient scriptures have to offer relative to becoming knowledge of self, a person who knows himself, knows when things are going amiss within, knows how to correct things, knows how to stay on the path. Maintain balance within. Quill the passions. Keep the passions down. Use the passions, don't let them use you. You see. If you're going to run a race and you have to conjure up great passion, like you're a football player and you get on the field, like playing American football, you got to, or any kind of football, you got to psych yourself up for the game. You're calling on you are invoking your passion to come on with you and the team so that you can get out there and play that game. You know what I mean? But this is a form of control. Because they're bringing on the passion. They want to bring it on. They're bringing on the passion. They bring it on. It's under their control. They psych themselves up. So this is a form of what I'm saying when I say control energy. But, after that, you people sort of, once they stop playing that game, okay, they go back to their old ways, So we have some powerful passions. Sexual passion is about the most powerful, I would say. And very few people control that. It controls them. And one of the things people have to learn how to do if they want to really get into self-knowledge is to learn how to control their sexual passion. Not only, control it, but not only that, use the reproductive energy, the reproductive fluids, okay, to strengthen the body, the organs of the body, the whole body. It's like they develop a seminal, for the men, a seminal soul, which is very, very important. In some cults it may not be so important. But still people use erotic methods to somehow alter their state of consciousness. Well, that's what we're doing, trying to alter our state of consciousness, you know. But we want to know ourselves, and we want to be in control of ourselves, you know. And so we can use our nervous system, like our parasympathetic system and the sympathetic system. And the nerve plexus that line the spinal canal and the cerebrospinal fluid. It travels up the canal. I think about every 8 hours. We should be aware of these things. Okay, I'll let this go for now, okay?